Emily and Jake had been saving for this trip all year, a heavenly 5 days on a lesser-known island off the coast of Thailand, but they never figured that one well-timed selfie would turn this whole vacation on its head. When they posted this photo online, it went viral instantly because of this boat in the background. Before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any news stories. They weren't newlyweds anymore, but 3 years of marriage still felt fresh. No kids yet, just steady jobs in Michigan, Jake working shifts as a paramedic, Emily teaching second graders. Life felt predictable, sometimes too predictable. This trip was meant as their pause button. But true rest didn't come, because on the third day, one decision changed everything. Their bungalow sat among palms, away from crowded resorts or noisy tourists. There were no strict plans, just a kayak, a fridge with fruit, and more time than they needed. Jake loved swimming and snorkeling, while Emily journaled and took photos. "You take more pictures of boats than me," Jake teased. Emily smiled. Boats don't complain about photos. On their third morning, Emily suggested exploring farther. A local boat operator, Wynn, recommended a quiet patch just beyond the reef, handing them a paper map with directions. "You'll be alone there," Wynn promised. Jake imagined peaceful isolation and the sound of waves. Before noon, they boarded his small boat, eager for a new adventure together. The sea shimmered like glass as the boat drifted outward. Jake kept his camera slung at his side, scanning the horizon, soaking in the calm beauty around them. Captain Wynn guided the boat toward shore, since no pier was available. The vessel idled offshore, waiting, while Emily and Jake prepared to step into the shallow water. They hopped overboard, carrying their bags through waist-high waves until they reached the sand. Turning back, they waved their thanks to Wynn as he slowly sailed away. Before leaving completely, Wynn promised to stay nearby. He gave them his satellite number for emergencies but kept his distance, disappearing beyond a stretch of reef for privacy. Emily and Jake exchanged a smile, certain the hideaway was all theirs. What none of them realized was how crucial his presence and their camera would soon become. Emily immediately grabbed her phone. "The first moment is most special," she insisted, pulling Jake close for a picture. He smiled, wrapping his arm around her shoulders. Behind them, Wynn's turquoise boat still drifted lazily in the water. It didn't move fast enough, though, and ended up caught in the Selfie's wide frame. Jake laughed when he checked the shot. "We look like beach bums," he teased. Emily smiled at the picture, calling it perfect, even with the boat in view. They liked the boat's detail, it made the moment feel complete. But they had no idea that this cheerful snapshot would soon spread far beyond their friends. Wynn's boat stood out with its turquoise trim, blending beautifully with the sea. Its name, Aurora's Dream, was painted in faded white letters along the side. Emily had admired the name when she boarded, finding it soothing. She didn't think much of it afterward, but that detail would soon matter far more than expected. The rest of the day felt magical. They swam in warm shallows, mixed simple cocktails, and stretched out on the sand, watching the sun sink behind the horizon. Later, Captain Wynn returned quickly to collect them. That evening, back at their hotel, Emily uploaded the selfie with a caption, "Heaven on Earth." They thought nothing of it. That night, they grilled fresh fish, stargazed, and enjoyed the quiet. Their phones buzzed steadily with notifications, likes, and cheerful comments rolled in from friends back home. "Our friends think we're in paradise," Jake laughed. Emily sipped from her coconut and smiled. They hadn't noticed the thread of comments focusing on something unusual in the background. By morning, people had zoomed in on the background. "That boat," one comment read, "I've seen it before." Another insisted, "Look closely at the markings, it's familiar." The post quickly spread beyond their circle of friends. Overnight, strangers joined the discussion, debating the boat. Emily and Jake slept soundly, unaware their photo was going viral. Jake woke to his phone vibrating. At first, he thought it was a call. Unlocking it, he froze. 5,000 likes? What the hell? He muttered. He shook Emily awake. She rubbed her eyes, then gasped when she saw the screen. "People keep asking about the boat," she whispered, her concern replacing any trace of sleepiness. "They're tagging news outlets," Jake said in disbelief. "Why reporters?" Comments grew louder and more insistent. One stood out. "That's not just any boat. That's the one never recovered." Emily tapped a shared link. It opened to an article from 2 years earlier. A Thai fishing vessel that vanished mysteriously, no debris, no passengers, nothing ever found. Emily compared the article's photos with their selfie, the turquoise trim, the faded lettering identical. "This is strange," Jake said. "It's probably coincidence, right?" But he didn't sound sure. Emily scrolled the thread, her eyes sharp. Every comment seemed to confirm the suspicion. The boat wasn't just any vessel. It carried a story and a mystery unsolved. The cheerful mood vanished that morning. While Jake brewed coffee, Emily sat on the bed, eyes locked on her phone. "Listen," she said. "There were 2 men aboard." She showed him the headline. "Their families never got answers. They're still searching." Jake stared at the article, the weight hitting hard. Their playful photo suddenly felt uncomfortably significant. Jake sighed, rubbing his face. We're not detectives. It could just be a similar boat." Emily stayed silent, scrolling, until she lowered her phone with determination. "If I disappeared, wouldn't you want people to notice? To ask questions? To care?" she asked. Jake exhaled slowly. "Of course I would," he admitted softly, and meant it. Emily's determination didn't fade. "Both families still live here," she said. "What if we're the first to see that boat in 2 years? Don't you think we should speak?" Jake swallowed hard, unable to argue. Reluctantly, he nodded. "All right," Jake said finally. "Let's help." Relief softened Emily's smile. Their first step would be revisiting the boating lodge where Captain Wynn had taken them the day before. Yesterday, the place had been silent except for him. Now it buzzed with staff and tourists. Jake stepped up to the desk, asking for Wynn. The receptionist frowned. "Captain who?" Emily described him, middle-aged, short, big smile, but the woman shook her head. No one by that name worked there, and there were no turquoise boats, certainly none called Aurora's Dream. Jake and Emily exchanged uneasy glances. Back at their hotel, Emily scrolled through her phone. "I found a contact for one of the families," she said. "The last name is Arun. The younger brother is still searching." Jake leaned forward. "Call him." Emily explained the photo and what they'd seen. Silence stretched until the man's shaken voice returned. "You saw that boat yesterday?" When she confirmed, his reply was immediate. "We're coming." Less than an hour later, 2 men arrived, brothers of a missing fisherman. "Thank you for coming," she said softly. "We think we've found something important." After a brief talk, the brothers agreed to search with them. Emily and Jake shared every detail, including the map Wynn had given them. Together, they secured a boat and crew from the lodge. As they set off, Jake replayed yesterday's route. Half an hour later, a small island came into view. The pale beach and swaying palms looked just as before, peaceful yet haunting. Yesterday, it had been beautiful. Today, it felt wrong. The boat slowed near shore. They jumped into the shallow water, wading toward land as the captain stayed behind. The forest loomed ahead, tangled and green. With the brothers beside them, they pushed into the trees. Sunlight filtered weakly through thick leaves, and the air grew dense with humidity. Every step felt deliberate, the silence pressing on them. Emily scanned the ground, searching for signs. "It's too quiet," she whispered. Then she saw it, a cold fire pit, blackened stones, food wrappers, bottles toppled in the dirt. "This isn't old," she murmured. "Someone lived here recently." They spread out, discovering more. Palm huts, tarps, fishing nets. "Over here!" one brother shouted. They hurried through the brush until the jungle broke open into a secret cove. There, in the sunlight, sat a turquoise boat, Aurora's Dream. Emily's breath caught. The impossible was real. The very boat from their photo stood before them. Wynn nodded once, acknowledging the truth. The brothers surged forward, rage rising. "Don't move," one growled. "You'd better start explaining." The air crackled with tension as Jake and Emily stepped between them, urging calm. Wynn raised his hand slowly, expression unreadable. "You're right to be angry," Wynn said evenly, "but I haven't hurt anyone. I helped. I helped them disappear. Good men, impossible choices." Emily's breath caught. "You faked your deaths to keep your families alive?" The idea was both horrifying and heartbreakingly selfless. "It wasn't noble," one fisherman murmured. "It was desperate. But it worked until now." "You should have told us," one brother said, his voice breaking. "We're family." The missing men lowered their heads. "Shame kept us away." Jake stepped forward, tone firm. "You can't live like this anymore. Face your families. Face the truth." As they emerged from the cave, the sun pierced the canopy, washing them in gold. The journey back felt heavier than the sea beneath them. Emily gripped her phone tightly. She had made a choice, one that would change everything. She had called the families. By the time they reached shore, crowds had gathered. A woman's cry broke the silence, raw and piercing. 2 wives ran forward, collapsing into the arms of the men they had buried in their hearts. Tears blurred everything, grief folding into relief. Apologies spilled into the air. "We thought you were gone forever," one wife sobbed. "I'm sorry," her husband repeated, again and again. Days passed in fragile peace. Long meals turned into quiet nights filled with stories and slow forgiveness. Within a week, the world knew. A viral photo solves a 2-year disappearance. Headlines spun tales of mystery, deception, and redemption. The men avoided attention, rebuilding slowly. Forgiveness came in fragments, but hope took root again. Families stayed closer than ever, determined to move forward.